Hi everybody, I'm finally getting around to the video about my bike. I guess I should have done it a long time ago, but there were just other things to do first. It's called an Ariel Rider Rideal. It's a discontinued model, and it's their basic entry bike. Has 750 watts nominal, and I think it peaks at 1100 watts. I can't tell you how much I've discovered how well this bike is made until I started this journey. Just for example, the other day when I made the video about how wet and cold out it was, this bike got drenched. And I charged it up and it was the same. Almost like new the next day. It's been my rock. The only thing I've done to change it was I put a cushioned seat on it and a repair kit and a phone holder. I mean, I thought I put it out in the sun, but it does have a really, really high gloss paint job, and I didn't want you to just look how pretty it is, because it is pretty. Most of these e-bikes you see are black or red, and that's it. Okay, this came with no frills at all. You were paying for that real strong 750 watt motor, and I understood that. Now, I'm in West Virginia, and probably most of you know we're famous for some really tall mountains. And I am far from an Olympic class bike rider, and I have not had any problems. A matter of fact, around this town of Fairmont, which has some good hills, I can use the twist throttle the entire time. It has 5 modes of pedal assist, and then of course it has the twist throttle. It has 7 gears. Of course, if it had one more gear, it would be a mountain killer. If it had one more gear, I don't think there is a mountain or a hill that I couldn't handle. But then, like I said, I'm just an average person. I bought a lock for it. I definitely need that. But the most expensive thing on any e-bike will always be the battery. And this one's removable, and I always take it with me wherever I go. It gets me decent range. If I just go everywhere up and down these hills in this town on the twist throttle, I might get 10 miles. But if I put it on pedal assist 2 or 3 and do the pedaling myself, I'll get 35 miles, no problem. I mean, it's been dependable for me. And let's stop and think about like e-bikes. A lot of people think they're either an expensive toy or they're pretentious as hell. But if you dropped like the $850 I paid for this e-bike and you rode it just to those short trips to the store, 1 or 2 miles, I mean, think of how much gas you would save. And you would be improving your health, and you would be sticking it to the Russians. I absolutely love e-bikes. They just, I had my injury, and I couldn't drive anymore, and I was usually using a regular bike, And after a 6-7 mile trip, I was completely dead. But when I got my first e-bike, which was the cheapest one you can get, it significantly improved my life. It was no problem for me to go 20 miles. No problem at all. I didn't even have to plan for it. And it helped me lose weight. It got me in better shape. And I'm not paying for gasoline. Sorry about that. I've got a nasty cough. So I'm telling you people now, gas isn't going to get any cheaper. Go out and get you an e-bike. Take it on those short trips to the store, where it's like the afternoon, early evening, and hey, maybe you feel like something, I don't know, like a Ben and Jerry's from 7-Eleven, and you jump in your car and you hit every traffic light in your car, and to go 2 miles, it ends up taking you 20 minutes. You could jump on your e-bike and do it in less time and not pay anything for gas. And this is a perfect entry level. Now, as I said, my model's been discontinued because the model that replaced it is a serious upgrade called the Kepler. I mean, you should look at its specs and how it looks. My bike here is good to look at. But the Kepler, you can see, is built for functionality because it's a beast. I mean, absolutely a beast. Almost double in every spec of my bike. Now, I'm going to tell you how much people like these bikes. I suspect there was 2 people that I influenced them buying a bike. But the other day, there's this dentist named David. And I know you're watching, David, who has the world's coolest Mafia pinky ring. And if you know what that is, then you'll see how funny it is. And we joked about it. I charged this bike up and let him take it for a ride. And he actually even offered to buy it. And I said, no, I can't. It's the only thing I've got. And then I told him it was discontinued, and he got kind of, sad about it. And I said, no, don't worry. The one they replaced it with is incredible. Now, it peaks. Sometimes it'll go up to 24 miles an hour. Okay, before you hear it being limited. And I know if you unlock it, it'll easily get to 30 miles an hour. But I'm going to tell you, on a bicycle that sits up high like this one, 24 miles an hour is plenty of speed. And yes, there are kits that you can buy that will take the limiter off of it. It would just scare me, though, to be going 30, 32, maybe even 35 miles an hour on this. But on the newest model, the Kepler, it's a longer, has bigger tires, and I think it goes out of the box 32 or 36. I mean, it's an absolute beast. Has a better engine, a more powerful engine, has a longer range battery. But I like this bike. It literally has saved my life. There's no other way I can put it. everything is just high quality, well made. Most e-bikes just get parts from China and mix and match them to create different models. This is actually made in America. The only thing that comes from another country are the uh, lithium ion cells, come from LG, and the motor comes from China. But the frame and everything is built in America by Americans, and it's a beautiful bike and gets me wherever I need to go and gets me there quickly. Has some leather on it. Uh, the seat was actually really beautiful, but it had like zero padding on it. So I had to change that. And it comes with, what else? Puncture resistant tires, chain guard, so your chain won't come off and you won't get your pants dirty. I mean, I hope and pray that Ariel Rider, and I've been trying to do it, and they've hinted at it, sends me a Kepler, and I can make videos about that, because, oh boy, that's all I can say is, oh boy, because if it is twice the bike of this, that's a lot of bicycle. We're getting into motorcycle territory. Now, however, I want to say, in some of your states, you'll have to check the legality of it. Because on the road in most states, your bike can only go 20 miles an hour. Now, the lucky thing about living in West Virginia is the law says for them to check how fast it goes, you must be on a perfectly flat surface with an average rider weighing 150 pounds. You're not going to find a perfectly flat surface to take it up to its top speed, and you're not going to find a cop who's 150 pounds. So I'm pretty safe. But check in your state. There's class 1, which is only pedal assisted, or the engine helps you pedal. There's class 2, which my bike is now, which means it can go up to 20 miles an hour. And then anything above 20 miles an hour is considered class 3. So, all I can tell you is that this bike and its build quality have saved my life. Thank you. Post your comments, or if you have any questions, visit Ariel Rider website to check out their Kepler model. It isn't that much more expensive than what this is. I forget the exact price, and I know they're always having sales. And subscribe and like. Have a good day.